The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Should the Jets trade back on draft night? Is it possible? Is it feasible? We'll break down some potential offers that could be coming the Jets' way. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby. We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go, here on a Monday, start of a new week, 17 days away from our first ever NFL Draft watch party at Clinton Hall in New York City, and I am excited to announce that joining us at the party, mingling with Asmaniacs, taking pictures with fans, and leading several Jet chants throughout the night is our guy, Fireman Ed. Fireman Ed will be in the building, hanging out with us at our draft party on April 24th. Get your ticket before we sell out. Less than 100 tickets remain if you want to hang out and watch the draft with me, Fireman Ed, a bunch of other Jet content creators, and you, the Asmaniacs, making this so much fun. Fireman Ed, our special guest, joining us at our draft party on April 24th. Get your ticket, click the link in the description, and lock in your spot right now before we sell out. We got a lot to talk about on the show. I want to break down possible trade scenarios for the Jets. I still remain hopeful they could somehow move back in this draft. It's easier said than done. Not everything is a mock draft simulator where you just sit back and all these deals are coming. But there could be a deal or two out there, and we will talk about that coming up. But we got to announce some winners. Winners of our 21st Asmaniac raffle. We're giving away a signed Joe Namath helmet, a signed Don Maynard helmet, a signed Weeb Eubank helmet, a signed Emerson Boozer helmet, a signed Don Maynard framed photo, and a replica Super Bowl III Joe Namath championship ring. 6 prizes to give away on the show, part of our 21st raffle that we have done since December 1st. So, if you're new around here, here's how this works. We spin a wheel, and that determines who will win each of those prizes.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Yeah, baby. And the prizes, oh, are they epic. So let me pull up the Jake Asman Wheel of Champions, and we will determine who's going to win our 6 prizes in this week's Asmaniac raffle. So without further ado, hit the raffle music, baby. You see it on the screen right now. 1,155 entries from all the memberships gifted and super chats combined. Ladies and gentlemen, prize number 1, you just saw it. It is a signed helmet, old school helmet by Broadway Joe Namath. Let's give out that prize right now. Spin the wheel. The wheel is spinning, and whoever it lands on is our champion of the Joe Namath helmet. The winner is Jets Johnny. Jets Johnny's been going up and in on JJ, and now he has himself a signed Joe Namath replica, or not replica, Joe Namath authenticated, I meant to say, old school helmet. Congrats to Jets Johnny. You can't win more than once if you're new to the raffle. So Jets Johnny, you're locked into that one prize. Here we go. Prize number 2, in our Asmaniac raffle is an epic prize, a signed helmet with a Hall of Fame inscription by Jets legend Don Maynard. Here we go. Spin the wheel. The wheel is spinning. Who will it land on? The winner is Mimosa. Who better than Mimosa? The Don Maynard signed helmet is hers. Mimosa, winner number 2. Prize number 3. An epic prize, if I do say so myself. Not many of these exist. The head coach of the Super Bowl III champion New York Jets, Weeb Eubank, a signed Weeb helmet. The winner is Bo C. Congratulations to Bo C. We still have 3 prizes to go. Prize number 4, a signed old school Emerson Boozer helmet. And the winner is O-Rocks Games. O-Rock Games, who entered, I think, yesterday, is in the Asmaniac raffle, and it comes away a winner. O-Rocks is your champion of prize number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, prize number 5 is a signed frame photo of Jets great Hall of Famer Don Maynard. Ladies and gentlemen, spin the wheel. The winner of the Maynard photo is Kyle Clifton. From one former Jet to another, Kyle Clifton is the winner of our 5th prize. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one more prize to go. A replica Super Bowl III championship ring. I have it right here. What? Did I knock myself off the air? I don't know what happened there. Anyway, I have it right here. Here we go. One prize left. Spin the wheel. And the winner is Bobby Midnight. Are you kidding me? Bobby Midnight is the winner of the Super Bowl III replica ring. Congratulations, Bobby. Unbelievable. Give it to Mikey. He's at least a Jet fan. I love it. All right, Bobby Midnight, your 6th and final winner. If you didn't win a prize, don't worry. I got some good news for you. 1, we got a bunch of prizes we're going to be giving away at our draft party, which if you're tuning in late, we made the announcement at the start of the show. Fireman Ed will be among our special guests joining us at Clinton Hall in New York City in 17 days from right now. So come hang out and watch the draft with the great Fireman Ed. But we're also going to be doing another Asmaniac raffle this week on the show. And I'm excited right now to share the top prize for that raffle, raffle number 22. And full disclosure, if I was able to win this auction sooner, it would have been in the Super Bowl III themed raffle. But better late than never. This week's top prize, and our theme is retired Jets. So Jet players whose numbers are retired by the franchise. This week's top prize might be one of the best we've ever given out. A signed Super Bowl III Joe Willie Namath helmet. It will come with a certificate of authentication, a display case that says the name of Namath, the Super Bowl III logo, and on the helmet you see Super Bowl III, you see the score of the game signed by Broadway Joe himself, the MVP of the game. So that is our top prize. If you want in the next Asmaniac raffle, gift away like David did before the show even began, he is in for 5 as we start collecting entries for Asmaniac raffle number 22.
It's the Asmaniac membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
David, you're in for 5. All right. We also have ASMANIAC Madness to get into here. So it's quite the matchup. Today, the Elite Eight will continue its tremendous, tremendous play. The matchup today is a battle between two of the OGs of the show, Neal versus Peter Castro. Only one can win. Only one can move on to face King Lowski in the Final Four. A look at our bracket before we start. King Lowski is our first region champion. He won the Chicken Soup region yesterday with a win over the big fella. Congratulations to our King. Today we find out, who will King play in the Final Four? Will it be Neal? Will it be Castro? You determine who moves on. Ladies and gentlemen, be ready to vote. Let's hand things over to the voice of ASMANIAC Madness. Here is Jim Nance.
It's time for ASMANIAC Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top ASMANIAC for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
Time to vote, people. It is time to vote. Who you got, Neal or Castro? Vote, vote, vote. Coming up later today on our second show, Gary, 3D Boxing versus Ricky NY. Winner will advance to the Final Four. But right now, the focus is on Neal and the focus is on Castro. Who you got? Peter Castro or Neal? Not an easy decision, but someone's got to win in this great battle. All right. On that note, now we got some business out of the way. Oh, hold on. We're not done with business yet. Bo C's back for more. Not only did he just win an epic prize, but guess what? He's trying to win more. All right, 10 memberships from Bo C. How about that? Thank you, Bo. Rourke Strip, Johnny Greenballs, Frank, Cassandra Future, Forgive Green, Take Flight 17, Banks, Project Prospect with Dom C, David Hoyt, Salvatore Nocera, all receiving channel memberships. Congratulations to everyone who got one, and thank you, as always, Bo, for your tremendous support. Let's talk about scenarios for the Jets in this draft. Now, I don't think it's, at this point, likely they're able to trade back, right? It's not going to be easy to do. Usually, you see the most amount of trades when there's a lot of quarterbacks that are available and are expected to go. That's not the case right now. Right now, we have one confirmed quarterback, I think, that is a lock to go in the top three, and that's Cam Ward, who all signs point to him going number one. He's going to go to the Titans. And then after that, maybe Shedeur goes two. Doesn't feel like it. Maybe Shedeur goes three. Doesn't feel like it. And if that's the case and he starts to fall, maybe he would fall potentially to the Jets. And that is where the Jets might have a chance at moving back. There's a couple teams to watch here that are in the range where the Jets are if this scenario plays itself out. And the most obvious team is two spots behind the Jets at number 9, the New Orleans Saints. We don't know how they feel about Shedeur Sanders. We do know they sent their quarterback coach, they sent some of their top people to watch Shedeur's pro day the other day. And it's notable because two quarterback-needing teams like the Vegas Raiders and the New York Jets, they didn't. I don't think the Jets are taking a quarterback. I think if they take a quarterback, it's more likely a day 2 or day 3 selection. And I think even saying day 2, I mean, to me, it's third round at the earliest, and even then I have my doubts. Just based on how the Jets have attacked the quarterback spot this offseason and what they have publicly said about Justin Fields. So it starts with New Orleans at 9. After that, who's the team that's coming up for a quarterback after number 9? I think the logical team might be the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21. And that's a steep climb for Pittsburgh to do it. But say Pittsburgh falls in love with Jackson Dart, or they fall in love with Shedeur Sanders. Maybe they would do it. Maybe they would be a little desperate to move up. So that's a team to watch if you're trying to get that big swing offer. Now, I think if Rodgers goes to Pittsburgh or not, they still will be aggressive at quarterback, but I think it changes the level of aggressiveness for the Steelers. And what I mean by that is this. I think the Steelers would be interested in trading up if they have Aaron Rodgers. But They're not going to be as aggressive to get their guy if they have Aaron Rodgers. Meaning there's only so much they would be willing to give up if they already know they at least have Aaron for a year. And I still think Rodgers is playing, and he's playing for the Steelers. I personally think the holdup with Rodgers is he's going to announce it on the McAfee show. They're doing a huge live show in Pittsburgh coming up. And I think the deal's done behind closed doors, and Tomlin knows it, and Rodgers will announce it when he's going on McAfee at that live show, assuming he does. That just, to me, makes sense if you're connecting the dots. So say Rodgers goes there. I think Pittsburgh would be aggressive to maybe move up a little bit if there's someone they like, but I don't think they're going to give a huge offer to go from 21 to 7. You're talking about getting their first next year potentially, and that type of deal. So you have to consider that as part of the dialogue with a potential Steelers trade. You know, the thing is, when you talk about trading back, you would need a team that I think falls in love with a blue chip trader, a blue chip player that starts the slide. So one scenario I have thought of, and I checked in with someone I know that is very close to the Chicago Bears, covers them, so has a pretty good idea on maybe what they're thinking. The Chicago Bears, I believe, if Ashton Genty is on the board, would take him. That's what I've heard. So let me throw this scenario out at you. Everyone's connecting Genty to the Raiders at 6. What if he doesn't go there? What if all of a sudden Ashton Genty is not the pick for the Raiders? Everyone's just assuming, oh, well, they hired Pete Carroll. He's an older coach. They're going to take the win-now player. They have Geno now, so they're going to try and go for it. Help Geno Smith by getting him an elite running back. Well, what if they don't? What if the Raiders are like, no, we're going to take a different player, right? What if Mason Graham is there and they love him? They take him. All of a sudden, what if the Bears come calling? Would they move up from 10 to 7? Could the Jets get a third-round pick this year thrown in? Maybe. I don't think it's the craziest thing in the world, because I think the Bears, knowing how Ryan Poles feels about position players, knowing how Ben Johnson, coming from Detroit, saw that team draft a running back a lot earlier than anyone expected a few years ago with Jahmyr Gibbs, right? And they had a two-headed monster there. I could see it. Would Chicago move up? I mean, Chicago's got pick 72. That's one pick in front of the Jets. They also have 2 second-round picks. If they love Genty and think he's the player to help Caleb Williams be fully unlocked, take some pressure off of him, could you get pick 41 from Chicago for them to guarantee themselves Genty? Maybe. Maybe the Jets get a second, and then they trade one of their 4s, and you're still winning the trade. You're moving back 3 spots. You swap. You give them a 4. They give you pick 41. All of a sudden, you look at the Jets' full litany of picks. Couldn't I make a compelling case? Hey, Jets have 7. Well, now they're at 10. We have 42. We have another pick in the top 40. And instead of pick 110 in the 4th round, we trade that away. I think that's possible. I think Genty's the type of player that maybe Chicago would really like. So no one's talking about that. I think that's a possibility. I also think when you kind of look at some of the options here, I know people have brought up the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not quite sure why the Falcons are coming up, like who they're coming up for. This rumor that they're trying to move up, to me, has been debunked. It's not being reported by anyone who's a noted newsbreaker. It's just speculation. But if you could get a deal done with Atlanta, that'd be awesome. Now, what's Atlanta trading you? Well, if you move back from 7 to 15, which is where Atlanta is, I think you could ask for their second-round pick. Like, if you look at the trade chart, I think you're getting at least a second-round pick from Atlanta if they're going to move up. I don't know who they're moving up for. Maybe since they're based in Atlanta, Georgia, and they're close to the Georgia Bulldogs, maybe they love Jalen Walker, and they think he's can't miss. He's the perfect complement for Raheem Morris's defense. I don't know. Maybe there is a player they're identifying, but if you want to use Atlanta as an example, Atlanta to me would be a great team to trade with because you're not taking yourself out of still, I believe, getting a really good player. Like, I would feel way better. I think Ted McMillan's there at 15, for example. I think Matthew Golden could be there at 15. If you're the Jets and you can make a deal with Atlanta and you're still at pick 15 and you could still get a really good receiver in that spot who maybe is not a number 1, but is a damn good number 2 next to Garrett Wilson, I'm in. So Atlanta, to me, would be a great team to try and do some business with if you can. I don't know if they're going to want to come up, though. But give me an extra second-round pick. Get me a receiver at 15. Maybe Warren is still there at 15. I doubt it, but maybe he is. Or maybe you take Colston Loveland at 15. Then pick 42 I still have. And Atlanta's giving you their second-round pick. That's pick 46. So then I have 15, 42, and 46. I love it. I got 3 picks in the top 46 now to work with. That's how you build your team. So Atlanta would be a great team to trade with. I don't know if they're going to do it, but people have talked about it. So that's my thoughts on a potential Atlanta deal. Now, the other scenario to look at here. Would the Niners move up? The Niners could use an offensive tackle, is my understanding. Would they move up a couple spots to guarantee themselves either Will Campbell or Armin Membu, who's ever there? Maybe. I don't know if it's likely, but maybe. Team to watch there. They also need some defensive players as well. Would they move up to get one of the top defensive linemen that it would be there at 7? And then if you want a really outside-the-box option here, I'll tap into my Houston roots. The Houston Texans traded Laramie Tunsil. Now, do I think the Texans are going to move all the way up from where they're picking in the draft to 7? To me, that'd be unlikely, right? They're at 25. That'd be a huge haul. But we know Nick Caserio is very aggressive. So I'll spitball this trade scenario for you. You look at the Texans' future draft capital. This year, they have pick 25, pick 58 of the second round. They have 2 third-round picks. And I believe if you look at the Texans' picks next year, because of the Stephon Diggs deal and the Laramie Tunsil deal now, that's where they've had all these extra picks. Now, because of the Tunsil deal, they have an extra second next year. Texans are a win-now team. They're about to have to pay C.J. Stroud. They've already paid Derek Stingley. They're going to have to pay Will Anderson Jr. Texans offer me their picks next year. I might do it, right? You give me 2 second-round picks, let's say, next year? Maybe a pick this year? And by maybe, I mean they better give me a pick this year. Like, if Houston's willing to give me 3 total second-round picks, I'd move from 7 to 25. Because I think you could just build your team that way. And then, if you're the Jets, you still get a good player at 25. You would have pick 42, 58, and 73 on day 2. So 2 second-rounder picks and a high third-round pick. I think you can find a good player at 25. My understanding is once you get past like the top 10, there's not a huge drop-off in the level of player you're going to be able to get from like pick 15 to like 50-something, right? It's that kind of draft where there's maybe not stars, but there's good players. So if that's the case, right, and I don't know if Houston would do this. I don't know how aggressive they want to be, but they're a win-now team, and if one of these tackles is there, and they look at that tackle as the answer to their offensive line issues, maybe they would trade you a bunch of picks. And then it's like, well, Jake, they just got all these picks by trading Tunsil. Why would they use them to move up? Well, because you're resetting the cap hit on the player you're taking in the first round. Laramie Tunsil is one of the most expensive players in the league. He's one of the highest paid guys in the NFL. He plays a premium position. He's been the highest paid offensive tackle for many years. He was up for a new contract, so they traded him. Wasn't a great leader, whatever. They moved on. I think they would take some of those picks and make that all-in move. You at least consider it, right? So Houston, the one outside the box team because of their glaring need at left tackle right now. I know they signed a couple guys. I'm not necessarily buying it. So, Houston maybe a wild card team to potentially look at. And I guess because people think, the Cowboys love running backs, Jerry Jones is kind of wild. Same rule maybe applies with Genty that I said with Chicago, how people I talk to in Chicago think that Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson would take Genty if he's there at 10. So it's like maybe they love him so much they move up to 7. Apply the same logic for, the New York Jets potentially moving back from 7 to 12, or Dallas is. And the good thing about a team like Chicago and a team like Dallas, they're in the NFC. So you have to consider that, right? They're not in the AFC. They're not in your conference. They're not in your division. Like, you got to consider that as well. So, some potential teams to look at for a trade down. Ultimately, do I see the Jets trading back? I would say it's probably unlikely if we're being realistic, but you never know. You never know. I mean, crazy things happen in the draft, as we all know. So, on that note, you guys tell me your thoughts on some trade back logic, trade back scenarios. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. If you tuned in late, you missed the start of the show. We gave away 6 raffle prizes in the ASMANIAC raffle. Our replica Super Bowl III ring went to Bobby Midnight. Our signed Don Maynard photo went to Kyle Clifton. Our signed old school Emerson Boozer helmet went to O-Rocks Games. Our signed Weeb Eubank helmet went to the great Bo C. Our signed Don Maynard helmet went to Mimosa. And our grand prize, our signed old school Joe Willie Namath helmet, went to Jets Johnny. So congratulations to our 6 winners. If you won, please reach out to me with an address so I know where I'm sending your prizes this week. And now we get started on our next raffle. Our theme this week is retired New York Jets. Retired Jet greats. Jet numbers that will never be worn again. Joe Namath starts us off with a signed Super Bowl III helmet by Broadway Joe. We told you Bo C was in the raffle for 10 already. That remains the case. Now you guys can gift away to be entered. Adam super chats us. Jake, sorry I haven't been active recently. I have some big news. Me and my wife are welcoming our firstborn into the world. Due in October, our new Jet. Adam, that is awesome. Congratulations. Everyone give some love to Adam in our chat. He's out in the UK, and he watches the show every day, which is so cool. Congrats to you, Adam. That's fantastic. And this is for you as well.
Hey, congrats on the sex.
Congrats, Adam. That is awesome. Super chat here from Man with a Rake. What are your thoughts on Myers at center, Tippmann at right guard, AVT at right tackle? P.S. Still looking for an ASMANIAC sticker like the one on your mic. Please advise. Man with a Rake, if you want a sticker, we can make that happen. We can make that happen. I don't sell the stickers, the small ones on the website, but reach out to me and I'll see what I can do. As far as your O-line scenario here, Myers to me is a backup. I wouldn't start him. I'm leaving Tippmann at center. Joe Tippmann to me is a center. He's a good center. I'm leaving him there. As far as AVT at right tackle, I would certainly be open to that, though. That is for sure. Super chat here from Rye the General. I'm not convinced the mocks are correct ahead of us. This draft is a few standouts, consensus picks, but it is deep in potential talent, surprises to come. Tend to agree with you. There's always a surprise or two anyway. And this draft, there's not a clear consensus on who the top players are. So I'm with you. I would just leave. I would just expect. In what order, I can't tell you. But looking at the draft order or the draft, like the teams that are in front of the Jets, I would find it to be extremely unlikely that the following 3 players are on the board in any scenario when the Jets are on the clock. Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter. I would be stunned especially Cam Ward, no way, he's going 1. But at this point, I think the only thing we know for sure about this draft is that those 3 players are not going to be there by the time the Jets are on the clock at 7. Everything else, who knows? Mason Graham might be there. You know? He might be there. I don't know. Will Campbell might be there. Armin Memu might not be. We don't know for sure. Tyler Warren might not be there. We don't know. But I'll tell you for sure. Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, and Travis Hunter are not going to be there. So if the Jets want any of those 3, they're going to have to trade up, and that doesn't seem likely. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Folks, if you're just tuning in, ASMANIAC Madness is underway. We are sending another ASMANIAC to the Final Four this morning on the show. Will it be Peter Castro? Or will it be Neal? The OG on OG matchup of champions, folks. It don't get any better. Peter Castro, diehard Jet fan. Neal, diehard Jet fan. I watched the worst moment of my life as a Jet fan with Neal. I'll forever remember that. And Peter Castro, famous for many things on this show, riding his bike, sending $500 super chats about Alan Lazard. Neal, known for his cigars and 13,000 points per call. You got Neal Sopranazzoli and Don Peter Castroloni. Thank you to Weed the People for this beam. Unreal. Scoreboard update. We got a close one. 53-47. Castro with the slight lead in this morning's matchup. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Let's see what you guys are thinking. Reminder, if you tuned in late, we gave away our 6 raffle prizes, and now we're on to our next ASMANIAC raffle, which features this signed Super Bowl III Joe Namath helmet. To your calls, we go. Let's say hello to Kyle Clifton, who's first today. Kyle, congrats on your raffle prize.
I never win anything, Jake. I'm psyched.
You're a winner today, Kyle. You're a world champion.
I got Mrs. Clifton glaring at me from across the room. So I haven't voted yet. I'm gonna cast my vote for Neal. Although I love Peter Castro. He's really shown a lot over the last 2 months or so. Coming out of his comfort zone on the bike and all this other stuff. So
it's a tough matchup, man. It really is. Both are great.
Yep. Another possibility, I think, for going back. What if the Cowboys really love Genty? I think they're there. Are they there at 12?
12, yep. Same logic would apply to the Bears thinking with Genty as well.
Yeah, we know that they have an offensive-minded head coach now that we're certainly familiar with. And I don't know what their stockpile of draft picks is for this year, or for next year. Maybe they could split it because we might have interest in getting picks in both years. But if we were to get like a third and maybe a fourth the following year, would that do it to move back to 5 spots? I don't know, or a fifth or something like that. That might be something that we might be interested in, and I feel like we might be able to get one of the 2 tight ends there, or be surprised by another player that we might find useful if we have a couple of guys that are similarly rated. That's the hope and the dream. But I'm already sizing up the spot on the wall in my office for the Don Maynard photo. So that's something to look forward to. I appreciate your time, Jake.
Kyle, appreciate you. Say hi to Mrs. Clifton for us. Love that. Let's see. Adam writes in, Jake, I was surprised to read that the Jets offseason voluntary program starts today. Maybe we get a presser. I am not sure if they're going to do a presser today or not. They might wait till later this week. I didn't get an email from the Jets officially that they're doing a presser. I do know that the Jets get to start their offseason program earlier than most teams, because the way it works is if you have a first-year head coach, you could start your program 2 weeks before teams that don't have a first-year coach. So hence the Jets starting on April 7th, where most teams around the league have to wait till April 21st. Here's Justin Fields walking into the Jets facility today, though, courtesy of the Jets Twitter account. I don't know if this is giving people that same feeling that we had a few years ago when the Jets finally did the Rodgers trade. It became official and he showed up. But here's Justin Fields. He's our quarterback. Hopefully he's the guy. And we all rally around him, but we'll see. So much is on the Jets internally to coach him up. Get the best out of him. You know, there's talent there. We all agree with that, but it's like, let's see it. See it come together. That's the key. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Make sure you vote in ASMANIAC Madness. OG versus OG. Neal versus Castro. Who you got? You have this guy? Or do you have this guy?
Oh, shit.
I mean, that's the question. Do you take this guy?
I think that guy I know, right?
Or do you take this guy?
Weed, this is for you. Oh, shit.
Unreal. Unreal. Open phone lines if you want in on the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is someone who won a raffle prize, a Super Bowl III replica ring to be exact.
Let's go to Michael. That's
Nice. You're a good brother, Bobby. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I got surprised this morning, too. When I woke up this morning, right?
Yeah.
Last night, I only had 372 subs, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm up to 724.
Oh, baby.
I don't know how I got it so fast, but I'm very happy.
You don't know how you got them?
That fast. 372 to 724. That's a lot of subs in like 8 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
Very
Has your content been better?
I don't know. It just, I mean, 370. I was up to 381. Then I went down to 366.
Do you think it's possible that someone just made 400 YouTube accounts and subscribed?
And that's what I'm thinking. Well, I'm not complaining. I get monetized soon. So I did the 2 steps first, and I'm waiting on the 3rd. So I'm very happy.
All right.
But I'm still looking for a job. Don't worry about that.
Make sure that there's no
dick pics,
inappropriate dongs on the show.
Yeah,
right?
no. Nick told me to just do it in your Discord and my Discord. They'll put it in my link in the public chat, so that saves the list.
Yeah.
Because if I don't know the person, they won't get on.
So what's the latest with the job search? You said you're still looking for a job?
Yeah, still looking. I got the 17 to get to that other place, but during the week I'm gonna find more jobs. The 17 is what Charles Gorman did it the April 1st. The 17, I go to that kind of place. They help me find a job.
Nick Shine says hard work pays off. Not that you've done that, but the expression is true.
No, I know that. I understand that. That's why I was so shocked. And I get 724.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like something shady's happening. Almost.
I know. I don't know what's happening, but I'm not complaining. So. But I'm going to get a job, part-time job. So I need a part-time job.
Now, here's the question everyone wants to know. Who did you vote for in ASMANIAC Madness?
Oh, I'm going my pal, vote for Peter Castro. He's a great guy, and I love his wife. I love him.
Which one is his wife here, left or right?
Oh, I don't think none of those, but he fits that pretty good. That's very nice.
What about Neal? You don't like Neal's face paint here?
Yeah, but I like Neal, but I like Peter Castro better.
Really?
Yeah. Peter Castro's the dude.
I love
He's
both.
the homeboy. He's my homeboy.
He's your homeboy.
He's a great guy.
I see.
Peter is going to win. I'm telling everybody.
Peter Castro's going to win?
Yeah, he's an awesome guy. I met his wife on the camera. She likes me too. We talk to each other, me, Peter, and his
Whoa,
wife.
Hey now.
Yeah, well, she goes on my show when he's on my show.
Maybe that's why you gained all these subscribers.
I don't think so. And also, Luppy. I like his wife too, Luppy.
You like Luppy's wife? Geez, she's going to be at the draft party, Bobby. Keep it in your pants.
Yeah, we got to meet each other. Yeah.
Did you see my announcement at the top of the show that Fireman Ed's coming to the draft party?
Yeah. Is the other person coming or no? Was that just a pull on my leg?
I don't know who you're talking about.
You know, King of Queens.
King of Queens?
Yes, you had dinner with him the other day.
Is there anyone's wife you don't like, by the way?
I don't know. I
Have you
never
ever met someone's wife and you didn't like them? Seems like you like everyone's wife.
I never met Gary's wife in person. I thought he was Gary's wife at one time.
She's a pretty lady.
I know. Remember that time? Oh, that was 2 o'clock in the morning. That was crazy. So the Yankees played
Oh, is
early.
that Gary's wife? Hi, Gary's wife. Oh, that's you. Very good looking.
That was
Ooh.
2 o'clock in the
Oh,
morning.
yeah.
We believe that they could be nothing good. Gary, you need to stop yelling at all your friends about Joe Douglas and all of the Jet stuff. I mean, Bobby, you really need to calm your freaky down because I'm not there to help you. Oh, wiggle, beagle, beagle, deedle, deedle, beagle, beagle.
The Yankees played 3 early games this week at Detroit.
That's your transition from that? Just bring up the Yankees?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't tell you because they changed the dates, times because of the weather in Detroit.
You think I wasn't aware of this?
No, I thought you would be aware of it. You're in the sports industry. Of
I
course
am.
you know that. Yeah. The Yankees lost yesterday, though, but
Thank you for that.
Try to come back.
Oregon Jets writes in, Joe Biden will run a marathon before Bobby gets a job. Is this true?
I don't know, Oregon Jet. Let's see what happens. So, Jake, I get to meet Indy Jets at the party too.
Yeah.
You know, we'll be nice to each other. I'm gonna unban them from my show.
You have him banned still?
Yeah, what he said to my friend.
Really?
Yeah, but I forgive him. So we'll meet each other down at the thing. So, what are you doing after the draft party? You doing anything special?
I'm going to the strip club with Gorman.
No, Gorman's going back home because a lot of
No.
them went down to Atlantic City wanted to know what you're doing.
No, I'm going out with Charles.
You are?
Yeah, Charles is setting us up with 2 lovely ladies who are going to be there. We just have to send them. I think it's like $800 first or something.
Oh no, come on! I know what happened to them. I feel bad for the guy.
By the way, Bobby, I don't know if you know this, but you want to see
Yeah.
the new emoji that we're working on?
Yeah, with my hair.
The Charles catfish emoji.
Oh no, I didn't see that one. No. Oh my god, that's cute, funny. Who made that one up? Gator?
No, this is Joe Mike.
Oh, Joe Mike, that's a good one. I don't know if he's gonna enjoy it, but
Chef Jeff fan says you should join a union. They pay for training.
yeah, Michael has a union now at the hospital.
Really?
Yeah, they're like something's happening with their finances. They have like $58 million behind a lot. They're behind a lot.
Hey,
I
man
don't
with a rake. Thanks for buying a Jake Asman Show sticker in the store. If you want an Asmaniac one, I could put that up for you too. But very nice. You just got the
I got free
the
ones.
alert.
From the game you gave me.
Well, I put it in the package when I sent you stuff.
Yeah, right. I got that too with my hat.
So what are you going to do today, Bob? You going to try and find a job? Is that the
Yes,
plan?
I'm going to look online to look up the jobs here.
All right, you do that, all right?
Yeah, I'm going to still be active in looking for jobs, definitely. And
I'll
then,
talk to you soon, all right?
oh yeah, no, I talk too much. I know.
Farewell.
We'll see you later.
Yep, goodbye.
I get weary. My back is untight. I'm sitting here in the traffic on the Queensboro Bridge tonight. But I don't care because all I wanted to do catch my drive and drive home to you.
Tremendous.
Hello, I'm Mikey. I'm Bobby's little bro. Have you seen Jake Graves? She's so beautiful. I love my boy Jake, but not in a gay way. I am so happy. I'm not gonna touch anything, I promise.
Mikey! Ah. What a letdown. Call back, Mikey. We'll try again. Rich says, vote for Neal, one of the 5 OGs who started this journey with Jake. Who are the 5 OGs, Rich? Neal writes in, guy beat a shoe salesman in the competition at his own store. How are you not voting for Neal? I mean, both are exceptional callers. It's not an easy choice. It's not supposed to be easy, though. That's why it's the Elite Eight. You know? If it was easy, we wouldn't have done our job putting the bracket together. I mean, this is a true title fight. Neal, Castro, winner plays King Lowski, who's our Chicken Soup Region champ already. 52-48, Castro leading Neal. Will Peter Castro call in? That's the question. Will he call in? We know that Peter Castro is capable of hopping on a bike, a scooter, shooting someone in the head. He'll do anything to win.
The biggest mistake they made is not firing this whole crew of shitheads before the season started. The coaches can't make decisions. They don't correct anything. I mean, this is a joke.
We also know that when it comes to passion, no one has it quite like Neal.
This Jet fan base is full of chickens. Who gives a shit about next year's draft? If you guys are not going to fly like eagles and grow some goddamn balls, get the hell off the chat and go hang out with Charles Gorman and his mother eating some chicken soup. I'm tired of this shit.
We need to know who you voting for. More of your calls right now. Adam is on the line. Adam, congrats to you and your wife, my friend.
Thanks very much, mate. Sorry, I found a meeting room at work because I'm in the office today, so it's been like trying to get somewhere quiet, but I wanted to call in. How are you? You good?
I'm living the dream, Adam. Appreciate you calling, man. Have you called the show before?
Yeah, a few times, I think.
Yeah,
but
it's been a while, though.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. I it's the time difference when I'm working. I don't always get time to call in, but it's cool when I can. No, I mean, the question I had was actually about the trading back. I think the Chargers could be a sleeper pick. I know it's a long way to go back, but I think they would have interest in Genty and Warren. So I know they're pretty high on Loveland as well, but I could really see them wanting Genty. That would be, I suppose, that would have to be a massive haul of picks though to go that far back. But I think it's one to look out for. I think there's potential with that one.
Yeah, I'm open to it. And my preference is trade back above any player that is unless you're telling me Abdul Carter or Hunter's there at 7. Like, I want picks. I want extra picks. I got 3 picks at the top 73. If I can come away with a 4th or even 5th, depending on who the team is, in the top 75, I think it's worth it for what the Jets need right now, given the state of the roster.
But there's a lot of holes. It's not just 1 or 2 positions that we need. There's lots of positions we need, and I think that this is one of those drafts where you've not got many blue chip talents, but you've got lots of good talents. Do you know what I mean? So like you'd rather have a couple of second round picks, fill in a lot of gaps, fill in a lot of holes, and then go from there. So look, with the free agency we've had, we have to fill the team with the draft. We've put ourselves in that situation. So we'd be interested to see how it plays out.
Yeah, 100%, Adam. Now, are you going to be at the Jet game in London again this year?
I don't think so, no, because it's the same week that the baby's due.
No way! Wow.
So I don't think I'll be able to get down to it, which kind of sucks. But my wife's a big Jets fan as well, so she's kind of but we'll have to watch it on TV with the baby there. So
what if the baby is either early or later than expected? You think you'll be able to pull it off?
I think I don't know. That's a discussion to have with her. I don't think she'd be happy if I left her pregnant at home or with a little baby at home. So I don't know. We'll see.
I love it, Adam. Congrats to you, man. Say hi to your wife for us.
Thanks, dude.
Adam checking in from the UK. Love that. Met Adam when I was out in London. He's, for those of you on the Patreon and our Discord, he's a big part of it. Open phone lines if you want in on the conversation, comments, questions, and super chats. We'll cut the line. Update in ASMANIAC Madness. We finally got a close one. 51-49. Castro leading Neal. I love it. Love it. Now, Peter has not called in to this point. Neal is on vacation with his family. So he sent in a video for me to be able to play on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Neal live from his vacation.
Hello, ASMANIACs. I didn't have a chance to call in live today. I am at the Contemporary in Walt Disney World, joining my son, my daughter-in-law, and my grandkids for the last 2 days of the trip. Punta Cana was fun, and now it's time to spend some time with my lovely grandkids and my son and daughter-in-law. This is my 18th trip to Disney, 4 with the grandkids and 14 with my children as they grew up. So as you could probably guess, I'm a major shareholder of Disney. I traded in my cigar today and replaced it with my 33rd pina colada since I started my journey. And I'm going to bring you over and show you the family. If I could flip the camera. I don't know if I could do that. Here we are, going to the family. All right, everybody, say hello. Hi. This is a video. Let me see my little Francesca.
Say hi.
And this is my daughter-in-law, Meg, who was formerly a Patriot fan when we met her in Boston. And now who does Meg vote for?
The Jets.
There you go.
Okay, there's your video.
And there's, everybody knows Michelle. All right, there's Michelle, hiding. And there is my grandson. Pony, give a J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. Come here. Ready? Let's go. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. Attaboy. And that's everybody. Good luck today to Peter. He's another wonderful father and grandfather, and we'll talk to you soon.
Neal, thank you for sending that in. Love it. Neal or Castro? Vote, vote, vote. You got Neal at Disney, Peter Castro on a clip.
Weed, this is for you. Oh, shit.
Vote, vote, vote. Ladies and gentlemen, this next caller is in action in the Elite Eight. He is vying for a spot in the Final Four. This afternoon, he faces off against Ricky NY. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time.
Joe Douglas should have been fired 2 days before he was hired.
Gary, how are you?
I am good.
How's Vegas?
I don't like. I mean, it's cool.
Okay.
It's all right. Yeah, I'm not a huge Vegas guy.
How was the fight? Did your fighter win?
The fight was really good. The event was great. I just don't like Vegas. I think it's a toilet of a city. Like casino games, they're a losing bet, right? Like you're gonna lose money 9 times out of 10. So like, I'll play, but I'm only gonna lose like a couple $100 a month because like it's not like sports gambling where you can bring down the house. You're not beating the house in blackjack. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose over time.
That's why you go in there, you play a little bit, you have fun. If you're up, you leave.
How many times, honestly, you go to Vegas once a year, right? At least, right? So how many times have you actually left the blackjack table up?
A couple times. You know, the key is you also got to think of it like this. You're paying for the entertainment. And if you're getting free drinks in the process, that's an expense that you're not paying for as well as you're playing with your friends and having fun.
Yeah, I don't drink, which sucks at casinos. But I realize going to games, like the Jet game or a Nets game or a Mets game, is way cheaper and way more affordable when you don't drink. Like it's actually pretty cheap to go to a game if you don't drink.
Well,
yeah.
Depends on what game, but yes, I see your point.
Yeah, not a playoff game. It's just a regular season game. It's relatively cheap entertainment if you don't drink. It's how much is a beer at a Jets game now? It's got $15 or more. 18
Probably.
bucks?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not even just the Jets. It's, go to a Citi Field or Yankee Stadium and get a beer. It's crazy.
Speaking of the Jets, Decker had the privilege of meeting an all-time Jet great. Yes, I'm talking a legendary Jet yesterday.
Really?
A legendary all-time great Jet. A lot of people think that this Jet should have his number retired. You want to go get it? Hang on. Tell Jake what all-time great Jet you met at church yesterday.
Oh, Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow? Wow. Yeah, he's a legendary Jet, all right. And Met.
Yeah.
She didn't know he played for the Jets. It's like the quarterback that played at Florida. I was like, he played for the Jets too.
Why was
The
Tim Tebow
legendary
at your
Tim
church?
Tebow. Was he a nice guy?
Mm-hmm.
And he was the speaker at the church that your friends go to?
He was just speaking since he goes to that church.
I love it. That's very cool.
Decker. Can I want to be on the show, Daddy?
He only wants to be on the show too. It's a whole family affair today.
You got to pull out all the stops, Gary. You're going to
Tell
need it
Jake
in your
to vote
battle.
tell Jake to have vote. Tell everyone to vote for us.
Vote for us.
Oh wait,
Vote for us now.
me, Decker, and Cannoli.
Do you think
The whole-
do
the whole
you
troop.
think your dad's going to win today, Decker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's voting for me, so.
A
So
vote for me is a vote for Decker.
I see. So you're
You wanna vote
the
against that face.
it's tough to vote against Decker, but unfortunately, it says Gary, so that your mug is what people are going to see, not hers.
I'm behind it all.
She's behind
Vote
it
for
all.
Decker.
Decker's great. Decker would win the whole tournament if we put her in.
This is
She'd
a
get
team.
every
It's
vote.
a team effort here.
I like we got the dog. Gary pulling out all the stops. I like it. You got to do it. Oh, that's a cute dog. I saw my dog yesterday, Decker. It was great.
Yeah. Cannoli, tell them to vote for us. Cannoli, tell them to vote for us.
Say, vote for us, Cannoli. Thank you, Decker.
Cannoli, do you want to give me some water?
So this is
Who'd you vote for in this one right now?
I
It's
haven't
close.
voted yet. I'm gonna vote. I just don't know who to vote for. I feel like
51-49. Neal has just taken a slight lead. It's been back and forth the whole show.
I feel like this is the this is the two dons of the family. This is like voting on Tony or Silvio. Like I don't really feel right voting on either one, but I'm gonna vote. And I have an inkling on who I'm voting for, but I'm gonna wait till the end.
You're going to wait till the end.
Yeah, I feel bad voting against one of the two dons of the family. Like if we had a big family dinner at the two heads of the table, I feel it would be Neal at one end and Castro at the other. And now you're asking me to vote on one. It's not an easy thing to vote on.
Well, someone's got to win.
In every competition, someone's got to win. I think I know who I'm voting for.
There's no ties in Asmaniac Madness.
I'm gonna vote. I'm not gonna sit this way. Like Chef Kev and Bonesy, I couldn't vote. I couldn't do it. I'm gonna vote on this one, and I think I know who I'm gonna vote for, but I'm gonna keep it in my pocket till the end.
If I know how you have based some of your previous votes, I think you'd vote Neal just because of the entertainment and volume of his calls to the show. But it wouldn't shock me if you went Castro. But if I had to pick, I think you're leaning Neal. That's where my head's at.
I think Neal is more like your crazy uncle. I think Castro is more like your sensible grandfather who gives you good practical advice, but is still thoroughly entertaining. Like that's how I'm viewing this. I'm gonna play it close to the vest until I vote.
Interesting. All right.
I'll tell you at the end who I voted for.
Do you have a plan for Ricky NY today? He has blown out his opponents in each of his matchups. Your thoughts on this one?
He's not going to be easy. He's blown everyone out. His margin of victory is probably very similar to mine. It's not going to be easy, but I can beat Ricky. I got an idea for Ricky.
Are you saving your nanny for the Final Four if you advance, or is she coming on the show today?
If I could bring her in, I could. She's in Oklahoma. I could bring her in. I didn't, so I had to bring in my daughter and the dog. That's not really a good substitute, but that's what I had.
No, I think Decker's great. Decker will help you get some votes.
And when she met Tim Tebow, she went to church with her friends yesterday, not with us, one of her friends yesterday. And Tim Tebow speaks at that church all the time. I was like, all right, I got to introduce her as a Jet legend. She didn't know Tim Tebow played for the Jets. I don't even think she knew he played in the NFL. She just knew he played quarterback in Florida. He was on the Jets. I don't know how much he played. He played one series at quarterback. And do you remember this?
He was the best. He was the best punt protector we've ever seen.
Yeah. He played one series at quarterback, and it was ugly to get him off the field. I love Tebow, but this is what I mean. Like, just because you like a guy doesn't mean he should play for his team. And he was horrible.
He was.
But I love Tebow. Great guy.
Well, I'll tell you what,
I
Gary.
have a Tebow jersey. I saw it again because my wife put away like my D'Angelo Russell jersey. And I said, yeah, she had like a bunch of clothes in stores. I said, you got to pull my D-Lo jersey out when the Nets traded for him again. And she's going through it like it was right next to my Tim Tebow Jets jersey. That's not getting pulled out of storage.
JJ says you should go with the braids.
It's a little late, but I can't get in there now. I should have went with the braids.
Maybe you save that for the Final Four if you advance.
There's an idea.
Mm.
There's an idea. I gotta see if I can get in. It's not easy to get in with my hairstylist because she's very good. Obviously. You want to say something, Jack?
Are you talking about your braids?
Yeah. Don't say anything dumb.
Do you like his braids, Decker?
Sometimes.
Should he bring them back?
Yes.
All right. Well, it's settled. Maybe you should call in while you're getting the braids done, Gary. JJ said that. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
I've done that before. And they can see how it's done in real time. Yeah. Everyone loves the braids, right, Decker?
I haven't seen everyone.
Decker, Gary, great call. Appreciate both of you. Good luck today, Gary. We'll hear from you in the afternoon.
Thank you, Jake. Plants are trying to kill me, so I think I'll eat a stick of butter.
That is a great battle this afternoon. Right now, ASMANIAC Madness update. The score. 52-48. Neal with a slight lead. At one point, it was 53-47. Castro, 51-49. I saw a 50-50 at first, so this is still anyone's ball game. And joining us right now on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is Peter Castro. Mr. Castro, how are we?
Good. Let's go, ASMANIACs. I need some votes.
The sticker, yes. That's a bumper sticker I sent you. I love that.
Yeah, well, this is like a bumper.
That's tremendous. I love it. How you feel, Peter? Are you surprised it's been this back and forth so far?
No, I kind of figured it would be like this. You know, Neal's with all his grandchildren down in Disney World, and mine are all in the chat.
Just me here.
Oh,
yes. Joanne, you look exactly the same as you did in that photo that Peter sent me.
I don't know which photo that was. Oh, okay. Those were my blonde years. Those were my blonde years.
I love it. I mean, look, Peter, you made it this far. Like it's a testament to your greatness to even be one of the last 8 standing.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. You know, it's just it's something to do in the spare time before the draft goes on. So it was a lot of fun. And Neal's a great guy. He's been on a long time, and he's a great family guy. And I wish him all the luck in the world.
Are you still in Florida when the draft is going on? Can you make it to the draft party?
I'm not coming home till May 1st.
Ah, we just missed you.
Yep.
I was going to say we have another OG joining us. Fireman Ed's making an appearance at the draft party now. I announced it at the start of the show.
Now, that's a big one.
It's going to be fun. There'll be a lot of Jet chants that night, that's for sure.
Yep.
I love it. Well, I mean, I don't know if you have anything in store like you did the scooter with Weed and Nate you got on the bike. I mean, if you got anything up your sleeve, call back. You let me know. Right now it's 51-49. It's flipping back and forth between you and Neal.
Maybe I'll have to jump in the pool.
Ooh. I might get it done.
Yeah,
you know how this works, Peter. There's people who just save their vote for the very end. They wait.
All right, so maybe I'll do that. I'll throw on my bathing suit and jump in the pool.
I love it. Well, you call back. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Castro.
Weed, this is for you.
Oh, shit.
Peter jumping in the pool. It might be game over for Neal. I don't know. Unreal. These two legends of this show. I mean, come on. Castro and Neal. I mean, you want drama. Boy, do we have drama.
Oh, yeah, the dream season we've been waiting for is happening.
Tell you what, Neal might be the best thruster we have left in the tournament. I don't know, though.
Oh, take that, you pesky Patriots fans. Oh, this is what I'm going to do to you all seasoned little bitches.
So I don't know. Cast your vote. Ladies and gentlemen, this next guest knows what it's like to go toe-to-toe with Peter Castro. Nate, live from New York City, joins us now. Hello, Nate.
What's happening, Jake? Good morning.
Nate, what's going on? It looks nasty today in Times Square. Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty damp. I actually just left. There was like a little break of the rain. It's been coming down all morning. I think it's supposed to continue. That's why the Yankees might have switched their games. By the way, the Mets play 2 night games, and the Mets play a day game on Wednesday. So now you have the Yankees and the Mets schedule all in one. I guess today was like hypothetical trade day, and I guess I'd be down with, oh my God, you won't believe. Neal! You're Neal? For the Jet Show? We give you a Jet chant? Neal! You're not Neal? Wrong old white guy, I'm sorry. That's okay. That wasn't Neal? Oh, they all look alike. All right. So I'd be down with all the trade backs. Like in the trade, like in a draft like this, like I think other callers said it. It's super, like you said. There's those 2 guys at the top, unless you would get Carter or Hunter, or 2 guys that and I'm sure a lot of Jets fans would want. I think I'm kind of down to take even like less on the dollar for a trade. If throw me a third, throw me like a late second to move back. Again, you had a lot of trade scenarios. I don't remember all of them, but again, I'd probably almost say yes to all of them just because it seems like I just want more swings at the draft board. I still want. I'd be interested. Like I know Gary's not a Brock Bowers. I mean, I'm sorry, he is a Brock Bowers guy. Excuse me. He is a Tyler Warren guy. I want like the Tyler Warren people, whether it's just as maniacs or just like Penn State people or someone who knows him well, to really like defend this kid. Because again, I'm not against the guy. But with Brock Bowers last year, it was so obvious with every, like you said, all the experts you listen to and you trust their opinion. It was so evident that like he's either going to be a freak in the NFL or he's going to be really good, because the stuff he's doing in college, as soon as he walked on as a freshman in Georgia in the SEC was unbelievable. So he's either going to be really good or unbelievable. It kind of looks like he's trending more towards that unbelievable top 3, top 5, top 10. So I just want the Bowers boys to like prove again, I'm not doubting. I don't know enough about scouting tight ends. Like I want Gary, who is so in on Brock Bowers, to tell me how good and why. Like other people have told me that Loveland is a bit twitchier and a better of a route runner, and he's faster once he gets into stride. So it's like that to me sounds like a better tight end with how the NFL is trending. Like I get we're gonna run the ball, but I don't know. I just want the I forgot their nickname. The whatever the nickname for the Warren Truthers are, to like defend what he's really good at. Besides, like he's a really good blocker. He hasn't been a tremendous blocker. He seems like a solid blocker. Unless he's like Gronkowski at the high point.
That's
again, I just wanted to prove it.
I saw him. Yeah, no, it's fair. I'll say this: the more you watch Loveland, the more I'm like, yeah, they trade back and take him. Like I'm in. Like I think he's really good too.
Yeah, I mean, he was like in a Jets offense that just didn't have a quarterback. Didn't have. Let me go. Thank you, sir. Didn't have a quarterback. They were all running game. They weren't scoring a lot unless they were playing Ohio State. So I don't know. He seems like somewhat hidden, and all the draft guru guys are saying, yeah, he's faster. He's a better route runner. He's kind of a pure receiver. And so he like seems more of that Kelsey mode. And I get, not Bowers, I'm saying Bowers because of how much we talked about him last year. Warren has these highlight tapes of running over guys, a couple contested catches, but I don't know. If it's at 7, like you've seen all the research, Jake, in the last like 15, 20 years, there hasn't been any tight end taken in the top 10. And if there was going to be one taken in the top, to have success, rather, there's Eric Ebrons and Kyle Pitts and stuff, but like they haven't been successful. They haven't been worthy of the pick or worthy of a second contract or any of that. So you have to essentially be Travis Kelce, or like if there was going to be a tight end taken in the top 10, it would have been Brock Bowers last year, the one who everyone said is a generational prospect. This, I think people are, especially Jets fans, are falling in love with. You're welcome. That was a nice lady. Yeah, thank you. Jets fans, I think are falling in love with again because of like we missed out on last year on the generational tight end, and our tight end room is the most disgusting tight end room in the league. So in our head, yeah, it's a dream scenario. If he turns into a great tight end, it's perfect that he's like laying there in our laps at 7. I don't want to force the position. That's all I'm saying. Like if Darrelle Revis was in this draft, would we all be freaking about Tyler Warren because he needed tight ends? Like no, I still think the Jets are going to, and as they should. Oh my God, they put so many obstacles here for me now. They're going to take the best player available, first, second, third round. Like I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's defense, first 2 rounds. Take the best players. If they trust their scouting and Glenn is this all-knowing scout and whatnot, take who you think is the best guy. If it's Malachi fucking Starks, part of my language to the old people, it's Malachi Starks. Just take the best player available. I don't care if it is, but Tyler Warren is Tyler Warren. Just again, I don't know. I guess I want the Warren truthers, or maybe you could have a Penn State guy to show me like, yeah, this is the guy. This is the can't miss tight end prospect that'll get open and one-on-one that you need to send a safety. I want all of that. Where
Yeah,
I don't
we're
hear
gonna
that
do
with
film
the
review on
prospect.
him too. Don't worry, we're gonna. I have Joe Blowett coming on this week. We're gonna look at him. We're gonna look at Loveland. We're gonna look at all the top guys. So you'll like that. By the way, King Lowski wrote in, good one, Nate. So he enjoyed that. Well done.
Cheers. That was for you, Loki. And also to Gary, we have $5 beers at the Jets game. I just want to stand up for the Jets here as a season ticket holder. And if you walk in right at the 50-yard line, like where the Jets shop and whatnot, I think they have them somewhere else. But they do have $5 beers until they run out at the Jets game. So they know that their football is shitty, and they give you $5 beers. Like you can't say that about the Nets, and that's just still like the $16 beers he was referring to. But yeah, I was looking forward for Castro and Neal to step their game up a little bit. In this matchup, I thought there was going to be some Viking and whatnot shenanigans.
52-48, Neal leading, Nate. Who'd you vote for?
52-48 who?
Neal is up 52-48. Who'd you vote for?
So I'll probably vote Castro once I got the phone. I always vote for whoever's losing. I don't care who it is. If it was whoever's losing at the end, I just want more drama and mayhem. And I'm sure there's other people in the chat, dude, because you watch the polls, the whole chat. It goes, the winner's up, and then all of a sudden another guy takes the lead. It's kind of like this back and forth battle. And I think a lot of people are like me. Like, we're on a YouTube show. We just want entertainment and drama. So whoever's losing, I'm in. If it's Peter Castro right now, once I get off the phone, Peter Castro, you'll get a vote from me, and hopefully that takes it to 51-49.
I love it. Nate, safe riding around, all right? Don't get hit by
Yeah,
a
just
truck.
started to rain. Just started to rain a bit heavier. Got to put my phone away. Take care, Jake.
Nate in New York City joining us there. Good call from Nate. Some super chats here. Ron says, long time, buddy. It's impossible for us to trade our first for more picks next year. Take care, Jake. Ron, I think it's not impossible. I just think it's unlikely in this draft. I tried to come up with some scenarios where maybe you have a team that want to come up. I think I gave 3 or 4 in the monologue, if you go back after we did the raffle. But it's tricky. It's not a great year for that. There's not a ton of quarterbacks. Not a ton of stud receivers. Like, these are the positions teams trade up for. Receivers, pass rushers. There's a lot of good ones. You don't need to be desperate. Like, think about the Jets. Who have they traded up for in their history? For Darnold, it was a quarterback. They traded up for him. They traded up for Jermaine Johnson, pass rusher. They traded up at the beginning of the second round for Brees. They traded up for AVT, which is a little bit rare because he's a guard. So that's a little unusual. Trying to think of recent Jet trade-ups. I mean, probably the best trade-up they've ever done in their history is they traded up for Darrelle Revis. Obviously, they traded up for Sanchez as well. I mean, they've done it. It's just, you never know. Big fella says, vote for the GOAT, Peter Castro. He's a legend. Both are legendary. Jets Johnny says, bro, the Namath. Jets Johnny, you won the Joe Namath helmet. And guess what? Our next raffle features a signed Super Bowl III Joe Namath helmet. And I'll give you the second prize as well. We're doing our theme this week, retired Jet numbers. So Joe Namath starts us off. Prize 2, a signed helmet by Curtis Martin. So we got our top 2 prizes this week. Super Bowl III helmet display, Joe Willie Namath autograph helmet, Curtis Martin signed helmet. Our top 2 prizes in the ASMANIAC raffle. Raffle number 22. Bruce writes in, as a Giants fan, I love watching you, Jake, because I appreciate your passion for the team. Thank you, Bruce. We welcome all fan bases here besides Patriot fans and Bills fans and Dolphins fans, and probably them too, but some do watch. Kyle writes in, it's a shame one has to lose. Like so many others in the matchup, I think Neal has a real good entertainment value. I gave him a slight edge. Southern Jet checks in. Neal would give you the shirt off his back. I could vouch that he's the most generous man I've met. Good guy and is a good guy. I could vouch for both of them, Rich. They're both great guys. I've met both in person. I've been to Jet games sitting next to Neal. Both excellent people. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an update in our diss track saga. Let me set the stage here. All right. Yesterday, Gator put out a track that has really kind of just reverberated around the Asmaniac community. All right? I'm going to warn everyone out there. The lyrics are a little inappropriate. All right? So if you're listening at work and the speakers are on, put headphones in. If you got kids around, viewer discretion is advised. Because this is what Gator sent in yesterday.
You made a song about me.
He's back! JJ checking in, man. I had to come out of retirement for this one, yeah. Props to my boy Alan for holding my punk ass in his man uterus. Yo, ain't worried about Gator, but he worried about me. Just wait till I get out of this belly, cause I need to shit and pee. Man, instead of making videos, you should hit the gym. When I get out of here, I'm gonna put a guy named Jim up my butt, cause I like things in my butt, all kinds of things. Remember Ryan Fitzpatrick? He gave me a candy cane, then I took that candy cane, I put it in my butt. I love all kinds of things in my butt, that's what I do. I put things in my butt. I love things, I put things in my butt. Oh yeah, put things in my butt. Yeah, JJ out.
So we had that from Gator yesterday. And then JJ this morning sent me this in response.
It took him 4 days to reply, and all he did was tell a whole bunch of lies. JJ, you know I always tell the truth. Gator, you still fat, you still love food. Just Johnny, what you get involved for? Mind your business, you fake Macklemore. Y'all both bums, y'all couldn't change if y'all tried. Word to Dre, now they both gon' die. I ain't worried about Gator, but he worried about me. He got a big old fat belly cause he love to eat. Man, instead of making videos, hit the gym. JJ versus Gator, man, y'all know who gon' win. I can't even lie, your videos is kinda dope. And from day one, you brought value to the show. But you didn't see yourself when you started this beef. You need to watch what you say and watch what you eat. Watch what you say and watch what you eat. You need to watch what you say and watch what you eat. Watch what you say and watch what you eat. You got a big old fat, a big fat belly. Watch what you say and watch what you eat. You's a hater, hey Gator, you's a hater, hey Gator. Me and watch what you say and watch what you eat.
So we have that. Well, I have an update. Gator, moments ago, just sent me a new song. And I'm warning everyone out there, viewer discretion is advised. The title of this song that Gator sent me is, and I'm quoting here, quote, I glued my balls to my butthole again.
Oh, yeah, here I come again, Gator. I ain't gonna quit until I bleed out from all kinds of things exiting my caboose. I got a new dilemma cause I'm always left alone. There's stuff in my apartment seems to fit inside my hole. Just the other day I found some old Gorilla Glue. Should've stuck it up my ass, but this what I'm gonna do. Squeezed a little glue on my dirty middle finger. Wiped it on my nuts, you know it made me feel like Diddy. Let go of my sock and felt it sticking to my butt pipe. Shit, that bitch is stuck and now I'm sitting here screaming. I glued my balls to my butthole again. My ass can't breathe and my nuts, they are sore. But I glued my balls to my butthole again. My ass can't breathe and my nuts, they are sore. Damn, I've been here before. I'll be back again. It's not my first rodeo. At least I'm not pulling a bowling pin out like last week. Not sure I'm gonna have time for another diss track against you, Gator. Gonna take me a while to fix this mess and let this sucker heal. Asmaniacs must think I'm obsessed with my ass. I glued my balls to my butthole again. My ass can't breathe and my nuts, they are sore. I glued my balls to my butthole again. My ass can't breathe and my nuts, they are so damn sore. JJ out. Gotta get this thing fixed.
Folks, I did not expect that on the show today, but the feud between JJ and Gator rages on, and JJ has called in. JJ, how are you?
Jake, can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you feel me?
I hear you, but you're very pixelated and blurry. You're not really, but we can hear you.
Hold on. Let me fix it. StreamYard's acting StreamYardy. How about now?
There you go.
All right, cool. Did you? I sent you another one too.
You sent another one?
Yeah, I got a response already for this.
Hold on. Because I got to cut it off because I didn't clear it because I didn't know I had this. So I if there's beats that's copyrighted, I got to protect the channel first before I play it. So hold on. Let me see if I could get it approved first. And if once I heard the Kendrick beat, I'm like, I'm not messing with that.
I think it will be approved. It should be a spoof, so we should be good.
Well,
I check with my lawyers first.
I'm not losing my channel over your stupid feud with Gator, so I got to protect myself first. Hold on.
Anyways, just wanted to let everyone know that Charles Gorman challenged me to a game of Madden today. So he said he's going to be streaming that on his channel. So anybody who's bored and needs some good old Charles Gorman versus JJ fun today, tune into that. I have to pick the Saints, which I'm not happy about. I don't know what team he has to pick, but so yeah, that should be a good time later on today.
How's your man uterus, by the way?
Who is my man? Does that mean like I'm in Alan's uterus or he's in my uterus? I didn't really understand that. I don't understand any of Gator's diss songs. Like I really don't, because I don't stick things up my butt. But he actually is fat, so it's like it doesn't make sense. You know, he should use something that's true, like what I did. You know.
What about what's your beef with Jets Johnny? You call him fake Macklemore?
Yeah, he's the fake Macklemore. So Jets Johnny inserted himself into this beef out of nowhere. I was dissing Gator, and then all of a sudden Jets Johnny makes a diss track about me. So now because he wanted to get involved, well, now he's.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the ASMANIAC Rumble.
Yo, JJ, I thought you wasn't gonna respond, bro. Why you responded? You said you wasn't gonna respond, so now you looking dumb. Why you respond?
I don't look dumb.
No, you look real dumb, bro. You said you wasn't gonna respond to me, and now you responded not just once but twice, bro. So your words don't mean nothing. That's what I'm getting from this whole thing. That your words mean nothing. So I'm gonna tell you like.
Why do you sound so aggressive and emotional?
I'm not aggressive. I'm not emotional. I'm just saying you sound dumb, bro. You come out here, drop 2 tracks on me, and you say you wasn't gonna respond. So
you said yesterday you got a third diss track coming towards me. So I said
absolutely, and I got another one coming for you too.
Hey, if this is what you want, listen, I got a lot of time on my hands.
JJ, I got nothing but time for you, bro. I got tracks last year I didn't drop on you. So we coming out with the unreleased tracks on you. I got another one. I stole your beat. I jacked the beat. I'm coming for you, JJ. You open the floodgates, bro. Because you said I inserted myself in this, but that's not true. Because if we go back and we check the ledger, right? You said my name first. When I was battling with Gary, you said my name first. So you inserted me into this.
What did I say about you?
What did you say about me? You said I should mind my business. You said I should.
No. You said I said something about you before that. I told you to mind your business when you made the diss track.
No. Before that, when I had my battle with Gary, when we did our little moon landing battle, right? You chimed in and you said I need to mind my business and worry about my matchup and not worry about Gary. So you put me in this battle. So don't act like. And then you said nobody fights your battles for you, but Gary and Alan always fighting your battles for you. So
first of all, Alan doesn't speak up on my behalf. He hates the fact that I try to get along with you guys. So that's not true. Gary says nice things about me. I say nice things about Gary. What's the problem? We can't have friends?
You can have friends. You can have friends, but you can't say that nobody fights your battles. That's what you can't say.
You and Gator are butt buddies over there.
No, we're not butt buddies. That's you. You like things in your butt. You like things in your butt, not me, bro. I don't know. That's what Gator said, man.
Y'all actually speaking for yourselves. I don't know where
I didn't come up with that. That's what Gator came up with, bro. Listen, I like you, JJ. I tried to save you, JJ, but then you came at me wild. What happened?
You try to save me by dissing me.
Exactly. Because I tried to save you from Gator.
Get involved for mind your business, you fake Macklemore.
It's JJ,
That's all I gotta say about
JJ, I'm coming for you. You can run and hide,
I
but
got
there's
more.
nothing you
I got
can
more. That's
do.
Johnny. Please, you need to stop it. I'm gonna start calling him Johnny Exotic, that freaky ass boy. Yeah, we know about you, Johnny.
Oh, yeah, here I come again, Gator. I ain't gonna quit until I bleed out from all kinds of things exiting my caboose. I got some new dilemma.
Hey, man. Jake, man, play.
I can't play it. It got copyrighted. Exactly my thought.
copyrighted?
Yeah, you almost destroyed my channel, so that will not happen. You make your own beats. Don't use Kendrick Lamar's beats.
Well, here's what I'll do, right? Crap. There's no way for you guys to hear it then. I'll figure something out and I'll resend. Bye,
Well,
Jake.
you work on that. Good luck, JJ. Don't use Kendrick Lamar's beats. All right. A lot of talk about butts on this show. Let's steer the conversation elsewhere. Peter Castro is on the line. I don't see a camera, though. Peter, have you called back in? Are you there? Also, there's a guy on hold named Pork of the Morning who doesn't have a camera on. I'm not going to Pork of the Morning unless I know who that is. So if you're Pork of the Morning, put a camera on, buddy. In the meantime, let's check in with a man who has the respect of this community. A man who is revered by all. He has many names. He's accomplished a lot. Many achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
Breaker 666 $50 will send his ass to the hole where there's no gabagool.
JJ versus Judge Johnny. Now that's a good fight, but don't play that track.
Beast, it looks like you have more light in the attic there. What's going on?
Well, it's snowing over here. It's snowing over here, and you guys are getting rain over there. That's a little weird.
What does that have to do with the light in your attic?
Yeah, I cranked it up just a slight tad bit. But it's Judge Johnny versus JJ. That looks good. I think I see Judge Johnny going for the win, for the knockout blow. He's got this.
What about the matchup right now between Peter Castro and Neal?
I gotta go with the Cigar Man. The Cigar Man is hilarious. I like his quotes when saying, "Hey, our guys need to stop playing like chickens and get their heads out of their ass, start learning to play better football instead of act like a bunch of little girls on their rag." That's what I like about Neal. He got balls. And
what about Castro?
He's kind of like the one guy from The Sopranos, the one guy, one of John's friends. I can't think of the guy's name. It will come back to me. It's just, well, these draft picks we're getting. I'm gonna say this one time. We better get our draft picks right, because if not, you know where those draft picks are going. Down, like this. Thumbs down. If we don't get our good draft picks, this is what it gets. Thumbs down.
Yep.
Because unacceptable. Unacceptable, needs work, and a lot of lacking. I'm not going to accept that. That's bad report card in my back pocket. But in college, you know what they'd say to that? Incomplete paper. Please go redo that, please. Thank you. Thank you. And it's Monday. I'm feeling a little tired today. I'm about to go do something right now called go do some washing. Got toys to go clean up today. Get the dust off. You know, it's dusting season. So I'm gonna go enjoy. Hey Neal, go get that win, boy. And Judge Johnny, go kick JJ's ass. Just remember, you're the real rapper, not JJ. JJ's all this. You're the real G. Just go and just remember, Judge Johnny, you're the man. You got the rap. He got the rap, and just remember his words. He's got the brass to kick JJ's ass.
It's a pretty good rhyme, Beast.
Hey, it's a quote. It's like saying, hey, I got the brass because you're in my class, but hey, if I kick your ass, just remember, you better be lucky enough to carry the brass.
I see. Well, Beast, thank you very much for the time.
as they all say on the battlefield, lay it at me, player. Holla!
Jets Johnny, Mike D's nuts, and that Rick clown. You little dirtbags. You bunch of asshole chicken shit. You want to play fire with fire? You stepping on my world. I'm the pimp and you're my hose. You pissed me off, now you're paying for it. You ain't got the dick to go distance with me. You're nothing but weak. Little girls with your little credit cards think you're so funny you can send me to the hole. Well, your days are numbered and Armageddon is coming for all three of you. You don't know when it's coming and you don't know where it's gonna come from. Get ready.
You know, it's interesting because that was yesterday. Beast didn't like Jets Johnny, but now he likes him. He very quickly turned around. Very quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, an update on ASMANIAC Madness. 53-47, Neal with a slight lead over Castro, but it ain't over just yet. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. Joining us right now on the Gustbuster Umbrella Hotline is a man who needs no introduction to this audience. We've heard from him already once, and now we will hear from him once again.
Furline, he stinks. Get him out of here. Aaron Rodgers, he's as bad as Simeon. He's not going to get better. He's 41 with a bad leg. He's terrible.
Peter.
How are you? I'm ready to go in the pool, Jake.
Here we go. I'm going full screen on you, Peter. Give the people what they want.
Okay, here it comes. You ready?
We're ready. Yeah.
He'll do anything for votes.
Peter Castro trying to mount a comeback against Neal and find himself in the Final Four. Just jumped into the pool. Peter, how's the water?
It's warm. Very warm.
I can't wait to see what Gator does with that.
All right.
Vote for Peter Castro. That's what he wants. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our guy, Peter.
The biggest mistake they made is not firing this whole crew of shitheads before the season started. The coaches can't make decisions. They don't correct anything. I mean, this is a joke.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Castro. Is that enough? Ryder says, I'll vote for Castro if he pees in the pool. Chef Kevin says, Peter is a t-shirt in the pool kind of guy. Knob deep. Castro's a classy vote. Joey B, he's got my vote. Leon, I can't read your comments, man. Jesus. All right, some super chats here. Jets Johnny says part 3 is coming soon. Bo says JJ almost destroyed the channel for everyone. Boo. Big fella says, Beast, which colleges should the Jets visit? Beast, what colleges should the Jets visit? You don't say. Thank you. More calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. His hands are in the air. No intro. I don't want to mess with it. Mikey, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello,
Hey,
Mikey.
Thank you for bringing fireman on with you, because I got the fireman head hat.
Yeah,
I'm
you
excited.
you have to wear that to the draft party, okay?
Yeah, I am, definitely. I want him to sign it.
Yeah, that's great. He'll sign it for you.
I want to get, how much is a Nick hat? We've been close to the stadium, the next stadium. I wonder how much is a hat cost.
You should order one online. It will be cheaper.
Yeah, I had to try it. Bobby's going to help me out on Tuesday. Maybe we could do that Tuesday. That would be cool, right?
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you think the Jets go trade for Kyle Pitts for Atlanta and move down to the 7th pick? Atlanta would take our 7th pick, would pick their 12th pick, I guess.
I don't think they're going to trade for Pitts. I'd be surprised.
But Pitts is pretty good, though. He's a good tight end and receiver. We need somebody fast to move the ball around, too, right?
They do. I just don't know if they want to spend like a significant draft pick for a guy who's on the last year of his deal.
Yeah, I like Warren. I want Warren. Let's do Warren. and put the guy Oregon State offense second round, and we could still get Jackson Dart after that.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart is pretty cool. He remind me of what's his name? Peyton Manning a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, but Penny didn't want to play for the Jets. We don't want any Manning to play for the Jets. No way, because Penny Manning could have played for the Jets, but he didn't want to play with Bill Parcells. I think that was stupid.
They wouldn't guarantee that he'd go number 1.
Well, the Jets had a number 1 draft pick, and he didn't want to go to the Jets. Remember? And then he stayed in college. Remember? I don't know what year that was, but we beat him. We beat him at Jet Stadium. We beat the Colts 41-0. I remember that game. I was laughing. I was laughing my butt off.
Yeah.
I really like the Jets. Aaron Glenn's going to put in the Super Bowl this year.
I hope so, Mikey. Did you hear the news that your brother won one of the raffle prizes?
Yeah, he said he's going to give it to me.
He's going to give you this ring right here, this Super Bowl III ring. You can wear that to the party, too.
And I'll show everybody at my work, say, I got a Super Bowl ring, no Patriots ring.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, right?
Oh, it's awesome.
The Knicks go beat the Celtics tomorrow night, 123-110. Yeah, we're going to win. This is our first game that beats the Celtics, and we beat them in the championship. I can't wait.
Let's go, Mikey. You're the man. Give us a Jet chant. Uh-oh.
Jets. You like
that? For the record, if Jackson Dart is Peyton Manning, I would be okay taking him at 7. I'd like to get out in front of that. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. If you missed the announcement earlier, we gave away our 6 raffle prizes. Jets Johnny won the signed Joe Namath helmet. Mimosa won the signed Don Maynard helmet. Bo C won the Weeb Eubank signed helmet. O-Rock Games won the Emerson Boozer helmet. Kyle Clifton won the Don Maynard photo. And Bobby Midnight won the replica Super Bowl III ring. We have 2 prizes already announced for raffle 22. Signed Joe Namath helmet. Super Bowl III Joe Namath helmet. What you see on the screen is what you get. You get the helmet in the display case that says Joe Namath, New York Jets quarterback, Super Bowl III MVP. And then our second place prize this week is a signed Curtis Martin helmet. Our theme is Retired Jets. Stay tuned for more prizes based on how many memberships we accumulate. More of your calls right now. Pork of the Morning is next. Hello, Pork of the Morning. I'm glad you figured out the camera.
Hi, Jake. How you doing?
What's going on?
Really, I don't know. I'm just really excited about this year coming up. I like the Aaron Glenn hiring a whole lot. You know, I've been a big Aaron Glenn fan since I was a teenager, really playing defensive back. So I know he was here for the Parcells years. You know, he was here for some really bad years with Rich Kotite and whatnot. But then, you know, Parcells turned it around. So and same thing with Detroit. He's been, you know, through some bad times and some good times. So I like Justin Fields.
That's a plus. Yeah, that's a major plus. I mean, he played for 5 different head coaches with the Jets, if you think about it. He was here for Carroll for a year. Then he had Kotite. He had Parcells. He had Al Groh. And he had Herm for a year. So he played for so many different Jet coaches in his Jet career.
Yeah, and they all had different philosophies if you look back at it, too. So
100%, yep.
Yeah, and I kind of like Justin Fields, not like 100%, but, you know, he can make plays. He can make all the throws. So, and with the upcoming draft, I think we're going to go with Tyler Warren. I'm a huge Penn State fan, but as you know, most of the time when we take Penn State skill position players, it really doesn't work out. You know, we took Blair Thomas, I mean, a lifetime ago, but at that time he was my favorite player. I mean, I was about 12 years old, and here they pick him, you know, second pick in the draft. well, we're going to do something great. And unfortunately, we all know how that worked out. So,
yeah. Look, I mean, but like you can't think that way, because if that was the case, the Jets shouldn't have drafted Garrett Wilson, because Devin Smith was a huge bust at the same position
Sure.
from so it's like you scout the player, not the helmet. But yeah, I mean, obviously they took Sanchez and then Darnold, and it didn't work out. So it's like, it happens.
Yeah, but we did, if you look back at the, I know a lot about Jets history. So we did get Mickey Schuler as a tight end many years ago, and he was a great Jet. So if we do get Tyler Warren, I won't be disappointed. I just think there's like some kind of weird curse or whatever, but that's just, me being weird. But Tyler Warren is a great football player. He's only going to get better. He's a big man. He's a big target. He could block. He could catch. He could do just about anything. So that's the guy I'm going with. I live here in Memphis. I go to their games. We got like one guy here that might be an undrafted free agent for the Jets. He's a receiver. He's not good, so I'm not going to mention his name. But I go to all the Showboats games. The Liberty Bowl's literally like a mile from me, so I could walk there. I have season tickets. They stink. But it's football. So last week I got to see Moose Johnson. He was about 10 feet from me. That was pretty cool. So I'm hyped about the season. I love your show, by the way. It's awesome.
Are you a first-time caller? I don't think I've recognized you calling in before.
I called in a couple of years ago. That's when I was still married. I went through a divorce, was really depressed, started drinking again. Now I'm sober. So
that's good to hear.
Going well in my life. I like to smoke weed, but it's besides the point.
Oh, you found the right channel then.
Yeah, definitely. No, I've been listening for a few years, so I'm the biggest Jets fan in Memphis, and probably the only Jets fan in Memphis. I'm well known here for that. So each place I go, I got a special TV with the Jets on, no matter where I'm at. So it's pretty cool. Memphis is a great place. It gets a little bit of a bad rap, depending on where you go.
Yeah. Well, by the way, how cold is it in your home there? You got the robe on, or are you just paying homage to Bobby Midnight?
No, it was cold this morning. 40 degrees is cold in Memphis. What I mean? So, and a little bit warm. So warmer last night. So when I woke up this morning, I work from home. So, I just a little chilly. Not as tough as I was before living up north, up in Pennsylvania.
I love it. Well, I'll tell you what, Pork. I'm going to call you Pork for now. Send me an email with the address and your T-shirt size. I want to send you some merch. All right.
Okay, where do I send that to? Just
my email is asmanjake@gmail.com. I'll put it in the live chat for you, but it's just my last name, my first name @gmail.com.
Okay.
And send me your info, and I will send you some merch, man, for being a longtime viewer and a diehard Jet fan.
Dude, I really appreciate it, man. You are awesome. Best, Jets podcast on the planet is Jake Asman. I tell people all the time here. They don't like the Jets, so they probably don't even listen to me, but they do like my edibles, though. So,
hey, I love it. Well, hopefully I'll meet you at a game this season. All right, if you can make it up to MetLife.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try. And if you're in Memphis, I'm around. So
you got it, ladies and gentlemen. Pork in the morning. Love that. Great call. Awesome story. Congrats on your sobriety as well. Let's get him some merch. Says he's an Aaron Glenn fan, so I know exactly what merch item I'll be sending him. All right, last chance to get in here. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Let's take a look at the poll here. It's still tight. Still really anyone's ball game. Neal has a slight lead over Castro, 52-48. We've heard from Neal. He sent in a video earlier with him at Disney World with his family. Castro called in twice. Second time jumped in a pool. What a show. All right, let's get to more of your calls. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited that this guy called in because what he doesn't know is that a new emoji for him is in the works. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to say hello to this guy.
You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. I'm not saying that those you take steroids. Need some of it.
Hey, Charles! Who is that lovely lady? Sing it this way, Charles!
Hey, Jake, how are you, buddy?
Charles, how are you?
Good. I'm just taking care of some things for Nick Shine. He wants me to know my YouTube watch hours and so forth. So
Thanks for letting me know.
yeah, so you know what the just to let you know.
What do you think of your new emoji that Joe Mike suggested?
Oh my god, the fucking catfish.
Your thoughts?
I kind of deserve it because I was stupid, ignorant, arrogant, obnoxious.
Don't beat yourself up over it, Charles. You made a mistake. You learn from it. You'll be okay. Charles, you know you called into a talk show, right? So you can't just sit there and work on other things as you're calling into a talk show to talk.
Yes. I congrats on what was the guy's name? Pork or something?
Pork something? Yeah. Pork something.
Sorry, I'm terrible with names.
Pork in the morning.
Congrats
That's
on
his
being
that's
the
his
Jets
government
man in
name.
Memphis. Sorry, he went through a rough divorce. Shit happens, but
Have you been divorced?
I've never been married.
Do you think you'll get divorced if you get married?
I hope not.
Well, you know 50% of marriages end in divorce, right?
First marriages, yes, but I do hope that
Purple Belt Mike wants to know if you and him are going to get a picture together on
oh,
draft
of course, you're definitely getting a fucking picture. Excuse my language. You're definitely
language,
getting a
Charles.
picture.
There's kids watching.
I said, excuse me, my apologies. We are definitely taking a picture together. We are definitely taking a picture together, Mike. That's for damn sure.
If someone wants you to fart in a jar, would you do that draft night?
Well, it depends on how big the jar is. If the jar is fit enough to circumference my ass, it's different.
Okay, that's not...
I have a pretty big ass, Jake.
I'm aware, Charles. I met you.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
Like I'm basically trying to get like one of one items from the merch store. You know, like something that people can't get unless they come to the draft party. Like we might only have we'll have 10 jars for you, and then it will be, you know, exclusive Charles Gorman fart in a jar type of merch. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Shine says he's Googling jars now for Charles's approval. Let's bring Nick on right now. Nick, what have you found so far?
Charles, I don't know. I'll buy a sample size, and we get all different size ones, and let him pick which one he wants to fill. So JJ mentioned something earlier that he's going to play Charles on Charles's channel. I came up with an idea last night that people can pay to go versus against Charles on Madden on his channel. So JJ has stepped up first. We spun the wheel last night to randomize the teams. JJ got New Orleans. Charles got Seattle. So if you guys are interested in watching some trash talk and watching Charles possibly beat or get destroyed, it'll be fun. He doesn't take criticism very well on his channel, and will tell everyone to shut the F up very quickly. So that might be a fun time in the afternoon for you guys and gals.
Hey, what's the price to play him in Madden?
It's $20.
$20 for a game of Madden?
JJ sent a 50% deposit. He was he's trying to get out on a deal here, but I'll handle the rest. But I wanted to figure out a way to help out Charles. And the reason I asked for his watch time is I wanted to see if he was close to being monetized himself, and maybe a surge could take place there as well, Jake.
My watch time hours is 202.9 hours. It's 92.9 more than usual.
In the lifetime?
I try to get the lifetime. How do you get the
All right,
lifetime?
we'll talk about that off air. Call me when you're off air. I know I probably texted you at the wrong time with that.
Okay. But yeah, should be quite interesting with my matchup with JJ. I shared my profile with him via text message.
Charles, why do you think you need to say via text message? Why you can't just say I texted him?
Because I feel like I want to be fancy.
Why are you trying to be fancy?
I want to be. I'm special.
You see Gator's comment.
He says Charles will win when JJ loses his controller up his butt.
That's disgusting, Gator. Oh my god.
Charles, take the W. A win's a win, bro.
Hey,
A
Charles,
win's a win, bro.
who'd you vote for in the Asmaniac Madness matchup
Well,
right
I
now?
voted for Neal. Nothing against Peter Castro. I just don't like Neal. I like his fandom. I like his passion. I know he was very upset over the Aaron Rodgers situation, but look, we gotta. Part of me was upset by it too, but shit happens. You know, we gotta move on with our lives. We gotta, and of course, you gotta show me the goddamn cat. I deserve it because I'm a jackass, and
It's called for.
yes.
Rich just wrote AI summary with laughing emojis. What's the AI summary right now? I don't have access to it during the show. Someone copy and paste. Anyway, to quote Charles Gorman. Hey, Charles, I got some news for you. We had some lovely ladies buy tickets yesterday. I think you're going to be in love.
That's wonderful. I know Sarah's going to be there. She told me that.
Sarah from Australia is going to be there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she told me.
That doesn't feel likely. I've not been informed of this, but
I think you misunderstood the sarcasm, Charles.
She's not going to be there.
She's not coming from Australia for the draft party. I think you misunderstood the yeah, sure.
Oh, damn it. I fucked up on that.
Sorry.
Hey, but Fireman Ed will be there.
I would love to meet Fireman Ed. I'm a big fan of his. Very passionate Jet fan. I know he keeps himself in fantastic shape.
How do you know that?
You see those 24-inch pythons, brother? I mean, come on, man.
How do you know what his pythons are size-wise?
Because I see them on TV.
Okay. By the way, the AI summary, thank you to Sham for sending me this. Viewers are excited about today's Madden match between Love Bites and JJ. They are also discussing other topics such as Nick Shine's alleged sleazy agent mindset and debate about prison episodes in TV shows. I don't think we've done any of that, but all right.
Nice.
Charles, you look very locked in on something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just listening in. That's what I was doing. I was listening in the conversation.
Were you searching flights from Australia to Newark for
No,
the
I
third week
was
of April?
not doing that. Stop it. I was not doing that.
I got some good news for you.
Yes.
Gia is going to be at the party.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Where's the excitement for a picture with Gia?
Yeah.
Okay, G, I'm happy for you. I'll see you soon.
Okay. ISU wants to know if you're a natural blonde.
By a natural blonde, well, I got some brownish blonde hair somewhat. I don't know about that, but I got some.
Joe M wants to know if you can give him change for a $50 bill and he'll take 420s.
420s is $60.
Yes, it is. Well done. Very good. Quick
Wait,
math right off the top of your head. Nailed it.
Nice job.
Change for $50, I'll have to give you 10 fives.
It's also equals
Or
60
10 fives.
Lee Van says,
But-
Charles, I heard Spider-Man's coming to the draft party.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I got the
Hopefully
guy
doesn't
in Times Square to stop by wearing a Spider-Man costume.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Charles, can we get you to wear a superhero costume to the draft party?
I have a Shazam.
Did you just look at the closet like you have options to go through?
I do recall having a Captain Marvel, a classic Captain Marvel / Shazam costume, but I think I've washed it, but let me go check.
Well, that's good. It will be clean for the party then.
Oh, please don't show us. Let's just surprise us.
They make like superhero themed like Jet NFL costumes online. Like we get like a Spider Jet costume and like we buy it for Charles.
No, I mean, I got it from Amazon. It was pretty damn good. I can send Nick Deshaun a picture of me in my classic Captain Marvel Shazam costume that I wore a couple of years ago.
Lucky
Hell
you,
yeah.
Nick.
That won't get me in trouble with the feds at all if my phone gets seized. That won't look suspicious.
Oh, stop it! It was at a Halloween party a couple of years ago at JoJo's dance studio.
Oh, obviously. That's where all the good parties are.
Yeah. I lost my virginity there, Charles.
Good to know, Jake. Good to know.
Yep. It was a wild time.
Congrats, Jake. Congrats on the
Thank you.
sex.
Thank you.
Congrats on the sex. Hopefully you got some butt sex too.
Whoa. It's a family show, Charles.
Charles.
Whoa. What the
What are you,
hell?
What are you, a ghostwriter for Gator? What are you doing here, buddy?
What are you doing?
My bad, everybody.
That's enough Charles today. Jesus. What are we doing here, Chuck? Children watching.
Charles Unhinged. Man, I would pay a lot of money to get the messages between.
Next time you get catfish and you ask me for $1,000, I ain't raising any of it.
Yeah, go sell your Shazam costume if you need money.
Yeah. All right.
Go sell your comic books.
I mean, too much butt talk on the show today, by the way, between Gator and JJ and now Gorman. Good Lord.
Yeah, it's quite entertaining today. Unexpected morning.
Bonesy says, I just ordered a jar wide enough for Charles's rear end to fit in. We'll capture the fart draft night. We'll raise money for charity. All right. We'll auction that off.
Bonesy, I've done enough to help Charles. You can spearhead that. That's all you, pal. You know how to fit people perfectly as the shoe salesman. So there you go. You know how to fit the jar.
Unbelievable. Also, Pork of the Morning, I received your email. Thank you very much. I'll make sure we get some merch sent out to you. All right, Nick. Well, I appreciate you calling in. And if you find some jars, let us know. You and Bonesy working together.
The search is on. Thanks for having me, buddy.
Nick
Have a good
Shine,
day,
everybody. Go subscribe to his channel. All right, one last call, and let's declare a winner here. And as Maniac Madness, it's still tight. So if you're waiting to vote, get it in. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. 52-48. Neal still leads Peter Castro. Australian Jet fan is on. I'm just laughing at this comment here from Kyle. I laughed out loud. You know, if Kyle laughed out loud, then that was a really funny moment. Australian Jet fan is next. What's up, Australian Jet fan?
Yeah, wow, that was crazy from Charles. That was not what I was expecting to hear. But I guess the Gorman's got a Gorman. In other news, though, I wanted to say that I'm applying for my tourist visa tonight to come to the States. So hopefully Trump lets me in. Obviously, you know, the rest of the world in America, trade wars, tariffs, all that stuff. Who cares as long as we can get to the draft party?
Has it affected the ability for people to travel though, the tariff stuff? I don't think it has it?
No, not the tariffs, but obviously there's a lot of tension between America and the other countries.
You'll get it.
With
You'll be
trade
all right.
wars and stuff. They're not happy, and also they're also very, very strict on people coming in to the country at the moment as well.
Well, I believe in you, Australian Jet fan. I think you'll get in.
I hope so. You know, I think it'll definitely be worth it if I get to see Charles in his Captain Marvel outfit. I think maybe we should just all come dressed as superheroes.
I welcome all to wear costumes if that's what they want to do on draft night.
I mean, like, who knows? I'm excited to see what'll happen. It'll be interesting. I've never been to a draft party before. I've never watched a draft before, so this will be my first one.
You've never been to America before. Why don't we start
No,
there?
I haven't. Yeah, no, exactly. I'm just looking like 2 nights in New York, hopefully.
Yeah, if
Obviously
you're going
one
to do
of
New
them-
York, you should give yourself at least a couple days to see it. I mean, how often are you
Yeah.
going to get to New York?
Because I want to come back. I want to come back in October, or around there, you know, when the Jets are actually playing. But I don't know what's gonna happen. So, like, in case I don't get the chance to come back to New York again, I'm gonna take an extra day just so I get a chance to see more things.
Well, I'll tell you what, Australian Jet fan. We look forward to having you. So keep us posted, all right?
I'll let you know. Is there another show tonight as well?
There'll be a show this afternoon, our time, so the evening for you, yes.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. Cheers, Jake. Have a good one.
Australian Jet fan, everybody. Thank him for that. All right. Let's declare a winner, shall we? It's been a seesaw affair. Back and forth we've gone. ASMANIAC Madness continues to deliver compelling matchup after compelling matchup. But there could be only one winner in this tournament of champions. Only one ASMANIAC can go from the Elite Eight to the Final Four. And ladies and gentlemen, that Asmaniac is Neal.
These goddamn exploding cigars. I gotta go, Jake. I'll call back later. Shit.
Congratulations to Neal on advancing to the Final Four. Peter Castro with a tremendous run in this tournament. A great performance, but it's Neal moving on. Neal wins the Hood region. It will be Neal and King Lowski in the Final Four for a spot in the first ever ASMANIAC Madness national title game. Neal moving on. We will update the graphics for the afternoon show. This afternoon, Ricky and Gary will face off in the Elite Eight for a spot in the Final Four on the opposite side of the bracket. And then tomorrow morning, it will be the Lane Train and Mr. Bonesy for the other spot in the Final Four. Final Four action will start Wednesday morning. Our second Final Four matchup will be Wednesday afternoon. And our national championship game will be Thursday afternoon. That is the tentative schedule for ASMANIAC Madness. We started at 64, and pretty soon we'll be down to just 4. Both contestants today, absolute legends. Absolute legends. But only one can win, and Neal is moving on. So congrats to Neal on the win. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go, an image that was just sent to me. Will Charles Gorman wear this to our draft party? Many are asking. And folks, I want answers right now. Charles should wear this. We'll put a Jet logo in the center and boom. Doesn't get better than this, folks. Incredible. Oh my. All right. That's a show. Thank you to everyone who watched. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Congrats to our raffle winners. If you won, reach out. Get me your info, and I'll make sure we get you your prize. Again, congrats to Neal. Great job by Peter Castro. Thank you all for watching. My name is Jake Asman. This has been the Jake Asman Show in honor of Neal winning. Let's give you some Neal to close this out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take you to the time Neal told us all about his experience. Do I have this ready? Where is this cut? Where is this? Oh, I thought I had it ready. Hold on. Stay with me, people. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. I got to find it. Let's bring you to the time that Neal... Where is it? This is so annoying. God. You know what? I can't find it, but I do have this, which is even better. Enjoy. Go Jets. I'll talk to you guys in a few hours on the second show.
Breaking sports news just in from the Jake Asman Show. Tragedy struck the critically acclaimed show when one of Jake's regulars, the great Neal Pellizzeri, called in for what may have been his final appearance on the broadcast.
Let's go to Neal, who's up next. He was at the game yesterday. Neal, what do you got for us?
Listen, Jake, take your goddamn hand off that track mouse pad thingy. I've got 13 points at least I need to make before you cut me off. So sit back and enjoy the show. Hang up on all those other callers because I'm going to ramble like a drunk uncle talking politics on Easter Sunday. Oh, damn. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Jets got to get this offensive line figured out. Because it doesn't matter who we have on the center because these assholes can't hold the line. What the fuck? I think there's a little fire over there. Whoa. Hold on. Oh, Jake, I might need you to call 911. Oh, shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the hell's going on here? Oh, my Lord. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh.
Oh my God. How do you do that? Oh my God. Oh my God. That was amazing. Oh my God. I think I cracked a rib from laughing at that. Oh my God, Gator, you're an animal. Oh my God, Neal's on hold. Neal.
Oh my God. That was so beautiful. I actually lit a freaking, I have so many ash fires that I swear to God, I think I almost had a situation like he's talking about where I lit something on fire and I almost had to put it out. Now I have a fire extinguisher under my desk, believe it or not. So Gator hit it 100% on the money.